Welcome back everyone to the fourth and final installment of the Chapter 1 notes for us here, these notes and homework combination. You might be asking yourself, what happened to number 8 and some of the other problems? You know, number 8 is really for your own personal enjoyment. I hope that you'll have a chance to try it. I don't want to ruin the fun by exposing number 8 here. I want you guys to try it, and if you have some questions like, help, I cannot figure out how to do it, then you can ask. But I know that you'll be able to figure it out. And so I'm leaving just this open invitation to ask, though. And that is the purpose as well of the Muddiest Point channel, and also the channel about information for Unit 1. But in particular, remember, the Muddiest Point channel is where you can ask questions about anything. So if you have a question about how to do number 1, then I would like anybody, or I mean the first homework, then I would like anybody with a question about that to give it a shot and do the maiden voyage here of the Muddiest Point channel, that somebody can post a question there. We'll see how it works. We'll see if anybody answers it, if anybody's brave enough to try to answer a question that's posted there, or else, if nobody else gets to it, then I will answer it. But here we're getting going on these last couple of questions here. We're dealing with a roofing company, of course. They've got 67,360 square feet of roofing material on hand. So they're doing some heavy-duty roofing for sure. Here the average roof requires 8,420 square feet of material. How many roofs can be installed? How can we even do this problem? We've got some material, and we know how much each job is going to take. And so we're wondering here with these whole numbers, should we add, subtract, multiply, or divide them? It appears that if we take our amount of material, 67,360, and we want to see how many times will this number, 8,420, how many times will that go into this number, 67,360? If we find out how many whole numbers of times it will go in there, that's how many jobs they can do. So we want to divide, actually, by 8420. Now, this number, it might seem a little bit tricky to do this division. There is a trick that we can do here, though. A trick for a tricky problem, of course, is that we can divide both of these numbers, both the dividend and the divisor, by 10. Or in other words, we can chop these zeros at the end, and we actually deal with smaller numbers now. 6,736 divided by 842. So that's actually the new problem. Divided by 842. 842, if I can write it. Now, that 842 is not looking that good, so I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to write it again. If you had to guess, how many times do you think 842 can go into 6,736? Of course, if you're thinking that 8 times 8, that's a really nice number, 8 times 8, which is 64, that means if we go times 8, we should be getting something up there in the 6,000s. Could we give it a try? What if we go times 8? Is 8 going to be too much? We can always check. 842 times 8. We need to see, is this going to be too much or is it the right amount? It will go, of course, we multiply the 8 times the 2. And you know, with multiplication, you don't have to line up the place values. It doesn't work that way with multiplication. We're more interested, we need to multiply 8 times every number here. And so we will have 8 times 2 is 16, so we carry this one. Now 8 times 4 is 32, but really that's the number 320, so we need to add this 10, become 330, which goes 3 with the 3 there. And then 8 times 8 is 64, plus the 3 goes 67. Wow, that's the number. If we go times 8 times into this number, it will go 6736 with a remainder of 0. And so they can actually do 8 roofs completely. They will have basically no materials left over. That's the idea for that one. Now we have a very nice problem. And when we read this problem, we're trying to figure out which operation should we do. we just did an operation of division for the last problem. Here, do we need to divide again? It's talking about Eugene. His inventory decreased from 612 to 219. By how many units of stock did his inventory decrease? That's the number. How many did it decrease by? What should we do? Of course, what we're trying to find out is what is the difference between these two numbers. And do you remember how you'd find a difference? The difference, it means the answer from subtraction. So if we subtract these two numbers, we'll find out how much is the difference between there. We'll find out how much it decreased by. So 2 minus 9, we can't do it. And then if we borrow from this 1, I mean, we can go ahead. But you will see it's going to be a problem because we borrow from the 1, we get a 0. So we can turn this 2 into a 12. 12 minus 9, we can do this 3. But now we cannot do this as 0 minus 1, so we have to borrow from the 6. This 0 can become a 10. Now 10 minus 1 is 9. 5 minus 2 is 3, so 393. That's the ticket. Well, thank you guys so much for watching these videos. I hope that Chapter 1 was not too much of a doozy for you. Chapter 2 is when the real fun starts, and so I hope that you will get a jump on things. Go ahead, take a look at the homework. The homeworks will be available always a week before they're due, and so the Chapter 2 homework, you can go ahead and start taking a look at it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next set of videos. Bye.